Hey there, welcome to the Global Explorers. Today we're going to talk about traveling abroad for the first time. If you're planning a trip outside of your home country, you're in the right place. Planning, the first step in traveling abroad is planning. Make sure you have a valid passport and check for any visa requirements for the country you'll be visiting. It's also a good idea to research the culture and customs of the country to ensure you're prepared and respectful of local traditions. Packing, when it comes to packing, less is more. You don't want to be weighed down with unnecessary items, especially if you'll be doing a lot of walking. Make sure you have all of your essential documents, such as your passport and travel insurance, in a safe and easily accessible place. Safety is a top priority when traveling abroad. Keep your valuables in a safe place, be aware of your surroundings, and don't take unnecessary risks. It's also a good idea to have a plan in case of an emergency, such as the number for the local embassy. Communication can be a challenge when traveling abroad, especially if you don't speak the local language. Make sure you have a translation app or phrasebook handy, and consider taking a language class before your trip. It's also important to note that some countries may have different etiquette for communication, so it's a good idea to research these beforehand to avoid any confusion or misunderstandings. Money, currency exchange and budgeting can also be tricky when traveling abroad. Make sure you have a good understanding of the local currency and exchange rates. Consider using a travel credit card or getting cash from an ATM to avoid high fees and save on currency exchange. Also, research about prices and budgeting according to your own travel style. Health and insurance, your health and safety should be your top priority while traveling abroad. Make sure you have adequate travel insurance that covers medical expenses and emergency evacuation. Also, check if your destination requires any specific vaccinations or preventive measures. It's also a good idea to research local emergency contact information, such as the number for an ambulance or hospital, in case of an emergency. Accommodations, when it comes to accommodations, you have a variety of options to choose from, such as hotels, guest houses, hostels, and vacation rentals. Consider your budget and the type of experience you want to have. For example, if you want more interaction with locals and immersion, you can choose homestays, or if you want to have more comfort and luxury, you can choose hotels. Also, research the location of your accommodations and make sure they are in a safe area and convenient to the places you plan on visiting. Transportation, getting around can also be a challenge when traveling abroad. Consider researching the local transportation options such as buses, trains, subways, and taxis. Investigate the cost and reliability of each option, and have a plan in place for how you'll get to and from the airport or train station. Also, consider renting a car or a bike if it fits with your travel style and your destination. Tips and tricks. Finally, here are a few tips and tricks to keep in mind when traveling abroad for the first time. Make photocopies of your passport and other important documents, and keep them in a separate place from the originals. Get familiar with the local customs and traditions so you don't offend anyone. Pack comfortable shoes, you'll be doing a lot of walking. Don't be afraid to ask locals for help or recommendations, they are often the best source of information. Learn a few key phrases in the local language so you can communicate basic needs. Be respectful, it's important to remember that you are a guest in another country and culture. Be respectful of local customs, traditions, and beliefs. This can include things like how to dress, how to behave in public places, and how to interact with local people. It's a good idea to research these customs before your trip so that you are prepared and can make the most of your experience without causing offense. Have an open mind. Traveling abroad can be an opportunity to broaden your horizons and gain a new perspective. Keep an open mind, be willing to try new things, and be ready to encounter things that may be different from what you're used to. Remember that these differences are what make traveling so exciting and rewarding. Stay connected. Staying connected while traveling abroad is important, whether it's for safety reasons or just to share your experiences with friends and family back home. Check with your phone provider to see if they have international roaming plans or if you need to buy a SIM card once you arrive. It's also a good idea to have a backup plan, such as a portable hotspot or a communication app, in case of emergency. Be aware of the current situation. Before traveling, it's crucial to be informed about the current situation of the destination you're traveling to. This includes information about the political and economic situation, any potential risks for travelers, and also about COVID-19 as it's an ongoing issue, like restrictions, quarantine, testing, etc. This information can change frequently, so it's important to stay informed and up to date on the latest news and recommendations. Get travel insurance. Having travel insurance can provide peace of mind while traveling, especially in case of emergencies or unexpected circumstances. Look for a policy that covers medical expenses, trip cancellation or interruption, lost or stolen luggage, and emergency evacuation. It's essential to review the coverage and fine print of the policy and make sure it fits your needs and destination. Be flexible. Even the best laid plans can change while traveling, so it's important to be flexible. Be open to changes in your itinerary and be prepared to adapt to unforeseen situations. Remember, travel is all about new experiences, and sometimes the unexpected can lead to some of the best memories. Be mindful of your impact. Traveling to other countries, cultures, and environments can have a significant impact, both positive and negative. It's essential to be mindful of your impact and take steps to minimize any negative effects. This can include things like minimizing waste and litter, supporting local businesses and communities, respecting wildlife and natural environments, being conscious of energy and water usage in accommodations, acting as a responsible tourist, and following the leave no trace principle. Learn about the local culture. One of the best ways to make the most of your travel experience is to learn about the local culture. This can include things like the history, customs, and traditions, as well as the art, music, and literature. By learning about the local culture, you can gain a deeper understanding and appreciation of the place you are visiting, and will also help in being more respectful and having a better experience. Have a backup plan. It's always a good idea to have a backup plan, especially when traveling abroad. Make copies of important documents, such as your passport and travel insurance, and keep them in a separate, secure place. Have emergency contact information, such as the number for your embassy or consulate, and make sure someone back home knows your itinerary and has copies of your documents. Learn about local customs and laws. Different countries have different laws and customs. It's important to research and familiarize yourself with these before you travel. For example, you should be aware of any dress codes or taboos in certain areas, or specific laws regarding drugs, alcohol, or photography. By understanding and respecting local customs and laws, you can avoid any misunderstandings or unintentional breaches of the law. Take time to unplug. While it can be tempting to document your travels with photos and videos, it's important to take time to unplug and fully experience your surroundings. This can include things like putting away your phone and taking a walk without any distractions, or even turning off your phone for a few hours each day. By taking time to unplug, you'll be able to fully immerse yourself in the local culture and make more meaningful memories. Get to know the locals. One of the best ways to truly experience a new place is to get to know the locals. They can offer you insights and tips on things to do and see that may not be listed in guidebooks, as well as give you an authentic taste of the local culture and customs. Don't be afraid to strike up a conversation with someone, whether it's at a market, cafe, or just on the street. Traveling abroad for the first time can be an exciting and unforgettable experience. By being respectful, open-minded, and mindful of your impact, you can make the most of your trip and create memories that will last a lifetime. Remember to stay safe, have fun, and take time to unplug and get to know the locals. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on our next adventure.